Now, I'll tell you why I've never in my whole life ever supported a boycott. I've never called for a firing or a cancellation ever. I mean, even people that I can't stand, like Bill.
By the way, I didn't either.
Yeah, okay.
How Kid Rock influenced a historical boycott and nearly crumbled Bud Light's empire that he had never even asked for. We're going to touch up on that later. But first, we have to go back to where it all started. On April 3rd of 2023, Kid Rock took to Instagram with his MP5 and lit up a full case of Bud Light after the beer product had decided to create a sponsorship for Dylan Mulvaney to commemorate his 365 days of girlhood.
Budlight and Anheuser-Busch.
From this, it led to a historical boycott.
Oh my God!
And media coverage about Kid Rock everywhere.
Budlight and Anheuser-Busch. Have a terrific day.
Just absolutely love that. When I saw that, I was like, yes, bring back manly men.
They have no idea that if you take a brand, Bud Light, which is like known for, you know, blue collar drinking people, that they like to fucking watch football and drink Bud Light, and then all of a sudden you have this mentally ill person who's just an attention whore, and you make a big deal out of putting this person's 365 days of womanhood. You put that on a Bud Light can, and they freak the fuck out.
Yeah.
And then Kid Rock shoots a bunch of them, and then it's on. Once Kid Rock shoots your cans, you got real problems.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you do.
Little over the top there from Kid Rock. Now, I personally think unleashing hellfire on cases of Bud Light with a semi-automatic rifle is a slight overreaction. You could just choose to buy a different beer. And as every British person will tell you, it's not really beer anyway, it's kind of fizzy urine. But the serious point is that a major brand is once again force-feeding an ideology onto its customers that they don't want to have.
After Kid Rock went viral across the country, many more artists began to speak out, including Travis Tritt, who took to Twitter and wrote this: "I will be deleting all Anheuser-Busch products from my tour hospitality rider." I know many other artists who are doing the same. Other artists who are deleting Anheuser-Busch products from their hospitality rider might not say so in public for fear of being ridiculed and canceled, but I have no such fear. In full disclosure, I was on a tour sponsored by Budweiser in the 90s. That was when Anheuser-Busch was American-owned, a great American company that later sold out to Europeans and became unrecognizable to the American consumer. Such a shame. Another artist who had publicly spoke out about Bud Light, John Rich, who actually pulled Bud Light from his Nashville bar and had stated, "Our number one selling beer up until a few days ago was Bud Light. We got cases and cases and cases of it. But in their past several days, you're hard-pressed to find anyone ordering one. So as a business owner, I go, hey, if you are not going to order it, we got to put something else in here. At the end of the day, that's capitalism, and that's how this works." Brantley Gilbert, in the other hand, had also made a response, but it was a little bit different with his approach. You also had artists such as Tom MacDonald and Adam Calhoun who spoke out about this as well.
All right, so there's a lot of people talking about the new trans spokesperson for Bud Light beer, Dylan Mulvaney. Apparently to celebrate Dylan's 365th day as a woman, they've put Dylan's face on the can. Yeah, you know Dylan? The woman? Yeah. Personally, I think it'd be more appropriate to put David's face on some Pennzoil transmission fluid. Get it? What the hell? Hey, Bud Light, my mom's been a woman for 23,725 days. You didn't put her face on a can. Rosa Parks ain't on a can. Mother Teresa ain't on a can. Joan of Arc ain't on a can. Mother Mary ain't on a can. And she gave birth to Jesus. Anyway, if you're one of the people boycotting Bud Light for partnering with Dylan, I'd like to congratulate you on joining the rest of the world who's been boycotting Bud Light ever since we discovered it's literally the most disgusting tasting beer known to man. But seriously, if you're one of the folks who's mad that the official spokesperson for Bud Light is now a trans person, take a look in the mirror. You're drinking light beer. You're halfway there yourself.
This one's for all the men out there who work all day, come home, and just want to drink a cold beer. I haven't drank a beer in 5 years. I'll never drink Anheuser-Busch again in my life. So cheers to all the beers out there, but fuck Bud Light. That's good.
Now, there were some artists who felt differently on Bud Light's boycott, including Sheryl Crow, Zach Bryan, and Garth Brooks. Zach Bryan took to Twitter, writing, "I mean no disrespect towards anyone specifically. I don't even mind Travis Tritt. I just think insulting transgender people is completely wrong because we live in a country where we can all just be who we want to be. It's a great day to be alive, I thought." To where Sheryl Crow responded with "thank you." Zach Bryan also had another tweet where he had added, "And Travis Tritt, I love Jack Daniels, my dog's name, and I will drink enough for both of us, I promise." To where Travis Tritt had tagged Jack Daniels and said, "Drinkers should take note." Zach Bryan put out another tweet saying, "And yo, I don't support transgender people attacking swimmers. I just have family transitioning and have blood to defend here. No one threaten me, please. As long as this one-sided stuff continues, our country will continue to feel broken. We only have one life, old sons. Think your own thoughts. I'm on no one's side, old sons. I love God and my family and don't like when people are being insulted. We're all just doing our best. I hope everyone can relax someday soon." Absolutely terrifying that saying insulting others is wrong is reason enough for people to get so evil so quick. Now, Garth Brooks, on the other hand, had promoted his new bar in Nashville that he announced. The name of his bar was Friends in Low Places in the South Broadway district of Nashville. And during a statement with Billboard Country Live, he had said that his bar will serve all brands of beer, likely including Bud Light. "We're going to serve every brand of beer, we just are. It's not our decision to make. Our thing is this: if you are let into this house, love one another. If you're an asshole, there are plenty of other places on Lower Broadway." To which, after this, it received a response from John Rich, who sat down with Fox News for an interview, where he had said, "Garth Brooks has always been the guy that said everybody come to my show. It's something that we love about Garth. You know, he makes his music for everyone. And that really is what music is about. You're making your music for everybody, beers for everybody, too. If Garth is serving Bud Light in his bar, it's fine. Garth can do that. Garth might find out. Not many people are going to order it. And at the end of the day, you have to put things in your establishment that people are going to purchase if you are going to run a successful business. So he might find that out. I think he probably sees the pain and division that's going on in the country and wants to try to help that. However, Garth Brooks did receive backlash from his fans across the country and addressed it after his stance on selling every beer in his bar, and had went on to say this: "There are two things. One is diversity and inclusiveness. That's me. It has always been me. People want to burn our stuff, and so I get it. Everybody's got their opinions. But inclusiveness is always going to be me. I think diversity is the answer to the problems here, and the answer to the problems that are coming. So I love diversity, all included." So all are welcome. I understand there may be other people's opinions, but that's okay, man. They have their own opinions. They have their beliefs. And I have mine. He goes on to say, second thing though, let's talk about being a bar owner. I'm a bar owner, and are we going to have the most popular beers in the bar? Yes. It's not our call if we do or we do not. It's the patrons. The bosses bringing them in there. If they don't want them, then I got to go to the distributor saying, man, your stuff's not selling. And then the action gets taken. But the truth is, it's those people in those seats that make those decisions. So, if you want to come to Friends in Low Places, come in. Come in with love, come in with tolerance, and come in with patience. Come in with an open mind. And if you're one of those people that just can't do that, I get it. If you ever are one of those people that want to try it, let's go have some fun. I don't know how to explain it any better than that. Now, while obviously we have spoken about artists feeling their way about Bud Light, we also can't forget about the American people who actually buy the product itself.
I'm out.
Go woke, go broke.
This is where it now belongs. Absolutely not! No way! Not gonna happen!
Bud Light had been kind of a brand of fratty, kind of out of touch humor.
What?
He said you're out of touch. He said we're out of touch. Like the consumer's out of touch and fratty.
Yeah, and then they wonder why they lost millions of dollars, right?
So no Bud Light.
No, we do not carry it anymore.
People weren't buying.
No, they weren't buying. We're not selling. So, you know.
I work for an affiliate company. I am a merchandiser, and the sole product of the company I work for is Anheuser-Busch products. So with all this canceling going on, I've never seen such little sales in this past few days on these products. And it's sad because when people don't buy this beer, I don't make money and I can't feed my family. So it's kind of heartbreaking, I guess, that Anheuser-Busch did what they did. They don't know their clientele. So it's kind of heartbreaking. Thanks, Anheuser-Busch. I may not be able to feed my family coming up here soon.
Most people been buying, have they been buying Bud Light or Coors more?
Ultra. A lot of people who hate Bud Light are asking for Coors, but we don't have Coors.
So a lot of people are hating on Bud Light?
Yeah.
Wow. How many do you think you're selling in comparison to like Michelob?
It took me the whole day to sell the Bud.
Dang. Wow.
I want you to understand something. I don't care what it is that I drink. As long as it get me messed up, I'm gonna drink it. Yeah!
Yeah! There he goes! Don't put politics into something that people enjoy. I'll probably shotgun this.
Now, with all the reactions of the artists to the American people, Bud Light attempts to change their tone in advertisement and releases a new pro-American ad, as well as replacing 2 executives that had managed Bud Light sponsorship.
It hurts my feelings. It's so dumb. Listen to this. This is a company in deep shit, bro. And they make things like this. Look, you got the prairies, the ocean, you got a Clydesdale running down the street.
Story.
Whoa.
About a beer rooted in the heart of America, found in a community where a handshake is a sure contract.
What the fuck are you talking about?
This new ad obviously did not help them at winning anybody over, and they had even got so desperate that they even wrote a letter. As the CEO of a company founded in America's heartland, I am responsible for ensuring every customer feels proud of the beer we brew. We're honored to be a part of the fabric of this country. Anheuser-Busch employs more than 18,000 people, and our independent distributors employ an additional 47,000 valued colleagues. We have thousands of partners, millions of fans, and a proud history supporting our communities. Military first responders, sports fans, and hardworking Americans everywhere. We never intended to be part of a discussion that divides people. We are in the business of bringing people together over a beer. My time serving this country taught me the importance of accountability and the values upon which America was founded: freedom, hard work, and respect for one another. As CEO of Anheuser-Busch, I am focused on building and protecting our remarkable history and heritage. I care deeply about this country, the company, our brands, and our partners. I spend much of my time traveling across America, listening to and learning from our customers, distributors, and others. Moving forward, I will continue to work tirelessly to bring great beers to consumers across our nation. Now, since we got that out of the way, let's get back to the present on how Kid Rock never meant for a boycott to actually happen.
Now, I'll tell you why I've never in my whole life ever supported a boycott. I've never called for a firing or a cancellation, ever. I mean, even people that I can't stand, like Bill.
By the way, I didn't either.
Yeah, okay. So what I worried about in that case was the guys that have the beer
working
routes.
class people.
Right, the guys that work in the factory, the guys that load the trucks.
Oh, they had no dog in this fight at all.
Kid Rock continued and revealed that he happened to speak with the CEO of Anheuser-Busch after the two ran into one another at a recent UFC event, and gives context to what made him upset with the company to begin with.
Speaking of that UFC fight, I'm standing there with our favorite president.
Right.
And someone comes over to, like, the CEO of Anheuser-Busch standing right behind you.
Right.
So I go to the POTUS. I'm like, hey, that's the CEO of Anheuser-Busch. Trump's like, you want to go talk to him? I'm like, I do. So me and him go over. We actually had a great conversation.
Really?
Because, you know, if you put this in context, why did this start? It's like, you know, I told him that night, I go, you signaled to a lot of people like myself, like-minded people. Put the trans thing aside for a minute, right? I was like, but by sending that can to the trans kid, you kind of signaled to us you support this lifestyle, and more importantly, like men being in women's sports or in my granddaughter's locker room. Most of us draw a hard line right there. So I said, you signaled that to us. I said, but speaking of, I was like, you know, if someone wants to be trans, I was like, I didn't rip that kid. I said, F you guys. I said, I didn't even say boycott or cancel. I said, F you. I said, what are you doing? Injecting yourself into this conversation, these polarizing social issues. I was like, you know, you could be doing so much more positive stuff, just making us laugh and drink beer.
Now, one thing you can say about this entire situation is, for one, if you are a corporation, never lose sight of your base. You want to sell to everybody, and how do you sell to everybody? Sticking to the shit that worked and got you rich in the first place. Once you go outside of the product and you start involving yourself in other type of shit that has nothing to do with the product, it's just more of looking like you're trying to push some type of agenda on people, you're going to quickly find out that people will not be sticking around to buy your product. And for Kid Rock, where he felt that he never asked for a boycott, having influence will create a boycott, even if you didn't want one. Making a video shooting up Bud Light saying F Bud Light, that's going to get a reaction, and that's going to make people follow. That's the power of influence. But with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. And as always, it's been your boy Don Talks, and I will catch you guys in the next video.